everyone, my name is Kelly from Karma and Kismet, and I am so excited you're here today because I have some news I need to share, and I just felt like I needed to get on here and kind of talk it out with you guys. I know that there's certain people on here who probably have gone through the same thing as me, so let's just get into it. So first off, I just want to say if you are not subscribed already, I definitely encourage you to do so. If you are a Disney fan, if you are a Disney bride, all those different things, I totally encourage you to do that because we have a lot of content that we put out on here. Plus, we are going to be really amping up what we have on here because other big news, I am moving right outside of Walt Disney World. So I will talk about all about that in another video, but for this video, I want to talk about how my Disney Cruise Line wedding was canceled. So I do want to start off by saying that as much as our wedding is canceled and we are very upset about it, it's not the end of the world, and we totally understand that. It's, just a big change. And I feel like this time that we've been going through, we've all faced these different things, and not just brides and grooms, it's been anybody. So we totally understand that. And I'm just sharing this because if other people are in this situation too, I want them to know kind of how, the process went for us, because it was a little, got a little crazy. I definitely will say, and I'll talk about it later on, you need to be proactive. I'm still in the very beginning of stages of this, but definitely take it upon yourself to reach out if this does happen to you, to Disney Fairytale Weddings, to Disney Cruise Line, wherever it may be. But I mean, our biggest thing is, upsetting that we don't get to go on the cruise, but we also understand that if they can be cruising in the UK, which seems like that was probably what happened. Our cruise basically got bumped because they're going to be in the UK. That's excellent. I'm happy that these cast members are getting their jobs back, and hopefully we'll start to see some things going back, into normal ways. So a little background for you guys on our wedding. My fiance's name is Pat, and we got engaged last July. So in the height of all the craziness, we got engaged in our home, and that was definitely not the plan. We wanted to get engaged in Walt Disney World or Disneyland or whoever it was. Obviously very big Disney fans, and that just didn't pan out. So not a big deal. We moved forward. We planned our wedding to be on the Disney cruise, so the Disney Magic, and we were going to be in the atrium on the September 29th sailing out of New York City. We chose this cruise because it just worked out for our family. We're actually based in New Jersey. So for us, it was super easy because we knew that we could just kind of get on a bus and head into the city and then be on a cruise. We knew that financially, this was going to be a great option for us because it was going to be like our honeymoon and wedding all put together. We were going to have our closest friends and family with us, and we were just so excited about it. So basically, the process that happened was I got an email from Disney Cruise Line letting me know that my cruise was canceled. They offered different options to us. Because we had only paid our deposit, we didn't get the option to take our money and basically put it directly towards another cruise and also get a added benefit of doing that. So they incentivize you doing that by you get 125% of what you paid put towards a different cruise. Because we didn't pay in full, so that's only a pay in full option. We had only paid our deposit at this point. We didn't get the option to do that. So we were automatically fully refunded, which was great. We get back our money, wonderful. But if you're in a situation like we were with the wedding, that then meant that all of our guests were canceled, of course, and then our entire wedding was canceled. So when you do a Disney Cruise Line wedding, you will get a coordinator. Our coordinator is excellent. We're very, very, very happy with her. We reached out to her directly once I got this email because I hadn't heard from Disney Fairytale Weddings yet. And I basically just said, hey, I got the email. What do I do now? So she presented the different options that we might have. And essentially it was, I can try to help you rebook a cruise, or I can kind of move you over to Disney Fairytale Weddings in Walt Disney World or Disneyland, or you can kind of go along your way if you want to do something completely different. I also did check with her to make sure, what the status was of all my guests that were going to be on the cruise. So that I could reach out to them and let them know you're gonna get a refund of XYZ within 5 to 7 business days, whatever it might be. So they were very helpful with that. I let my coordinator know that I wanted to learn more about the options of moving my wedding to Walt Disney World. I didn't know if I wanted to do exactly a Disney Fairytale Weddings wedding, but something within the Disney area. We definitely still want to be in Disney or have some types of Disney aspects in terms of our weddings. So our coordinator told us that she would send a message basically to Disney Fairytale Weddings, letting them know that we're going to be transitioned over to their team. So we got moved over to Disney Fairytale Weddings. This was totally on my part. I should have asked when I should expect a call or message from Disney Fairytale Weddings. I didn't when I spoke to my coordinator. So from my thought process, I'm thinking, well, my cruise was canceled, like my wedding's canceled. So obviously I must be the most important person right now, right? Obviously not. So, and I shouldn't be. But I reached out to Disney Fairytale Weddings the next day after I hadn't heard anything, hadn't gotten an email, and just, you know, said, listen, this is the situation that happened. I'm just trying to get some information. And, you know, I wanted to be proactive and reach out to you guys because I just haven't heard anything yet. So they thanked me for being proactive and then basically told me they are working on something to try to give me, you know, something along the lines of what we were doing with the cruise, and that they'd be in contact next week. So that would be right now, next week as well. So I did hear from them. I got an email welcoming me to Disney Fairytale Weddings and giving me all the information about the different options that Disney Fairytale Weddings presents to their brides and grooms. What was a little upsetting about that, I will say, is there was no kind of mention of the fact that, you know, we were kind of in a special situation here, and probably not a special situation, I should say, but you know, at this time, because a lot of people have gone through this, but I did feel like it would have been nice for them just to say like, hey, we're really sorry about what happened. But again, that was probably just a canned email, so I guess I shouldn't be too worried about it. But during all this time, I'm also thinking we have 6 months to a wedding. I'm going, you know, up against like 2 years of brides and grooms to try to get a space and a date that works for my family. So I'm now reaching out to other places as well. So now I am grabbing my Bippity Boppity Bride mug and my bridal notepad, which I will link both of these below. And I am getting to work because it is time to plan a wedding in 6 months at Disney.